two, three. One, two, three. Let's go.
All right, everybody. Welcome to a very important episode of Teaching Crypto. This is a huge Voyager update. Major news coming from court today. If you have not done so, please hit like, please hit subscribe. And also, we just had a huge altcoin mini draft during the bear market a couple days ago. If you didn't get a chance, please go back and watch that. So, Mr. Crypto, first huge news we're going to discuss is over $270 million is officially being returned to customers through Metropolitan Bank. This is significant because it starts to slowly build trust with the customers, even though there's likely to be an acquisition. This at least gives people some sense of relief that had cash for sure.
Yeah. So if you had cash on Metropolitan Bank, this is a time to celebrate. Or if you had USD on Voyager, you technically had it on Metropolitan Bank. This is your time to celebrate. You're getting that cash back in short order. So this is great news. This is the silver lining to this dark cloud that we've been looking for. And we're hoping that this silver lining gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah, so this is just the beginning. So we want to clarify, this is not USDC. That is still considered crypto. This is USD, right? So some people did sell into USD, and that's what we're talking about. Now, we've got some really, really important dates to share with you that have become official today. So I want to share this document. We're gonna make it crystal clear in terms of what's happening here in just a second. So, Mr. FOMO, really quickly, right here, we've got the information about the key dates. Now, originally we know there were 88 parties, down to 46. Now, 22 are now really vested in terms of serious offers and interested. That's what an IOU is. It's an intent of interest, okay? So we've got 22 here that are very serious. Still, look at this here. Today was August 4th. They still expect this to get more offers. That would be great. But at the minimum, you got 22 walking into August 26th, which is going to be 3 weeks from tomorrow, August 5th. That's when the final bid deadlines are due. Okay. What is your reaction to 88, 46 down to 22? It might look, for the naked eye, might look bad, but this is actually good. This means out of the 46 we had, you have 22 real significant offers.
Right. I mean, even though it's heading down on this chart, the cream rises to the top, right? And so, this competition is breeding success. In any competition, you're going to knock off a few of the players as you get closer to the end. And in the end, there's going to be one winner. So, in order to see progress, you'd like to see some of those parties get knocked off. Some of the less serious offers get knocked off. And then you've got, the good offers left. But I do want to mention that I did hear today that Sam's offer was one of those ones that was included, but it was one of the lowest.
According to sources, the lowest so far. In fact, the judge told their lawyer to stop talking about it in public. Doesn't mean he won't increase his offer between now and then, but for now, yeah, there are definitely higher offers.
And Voyager issued a cease and desist to FTX.
To stop talking about it in public. Yes, absolutely. Brass move. We'll see what happens. I wouldn't count out Sam, but we'll just have to wait and see. August 26th is when all the bids are due. Okay, so again, we're looking at exactly 3 weeks from tomorrow. If you're watching this tomorrow, exactly 3 weeks. Now, here's what's key between August 26th and 29. You kind of want to avoid this auction. You want a bid to be accepted, okay, between these 3 days. So that's significant.
Why now explain to our viewers why an auction would be a bad thing.
Well, an auction means you didn't secure a buyer, and now when people go to auction, usually you're going for lower versus a bid, people are overbidding for each other. So right now, there are times for people to overbid. You don't necessarily know how much each person has bid, but you want to make your best foot forward. So
And so it appears that we're going to get we're going to get a bid, and we'll probably avoid the auction, judging by the number of parties that are in the active marketing process, right? The ones
yeah,
that send in the IOIs. So
and then the judge has set August 31st for the sale objection deadline. That means anyone that has an objection has until August 31st. And then the sale hearing where it's officially accepted, that's September 7th. So that's right after the holiday weekend. So that's all good, right? What are your thoughts about that?
um I think that the timeline is actually pretty quick for at least
Which what we
this
want, which
part,
what we want, right? You don't want
right?
delays because
Yeah, we
delays is
would like to
dangerous.
see, within the next 33 days, we're going to see that sale hearing. Hopefully there's not a motion to extend, to take extra time to look at this bid or that bid, or whatever reason that lawyers have to file motions to extend the process. But this is what you want to see. I really like how not only this judge but the Voyager team is actually getting this together and moving this plan along. So I'm, again, more silver lining. These are more things that I think are good signs.
Right. So really, really quickly, this is talking about Almeida. Um, we do want to be realistic, and this is not necessarily a bad thing, but I do want to share that realistically, the timeline that they've set out to reopen, even though they might not be Voyager, possibly a different leadership team, someone else, would be January of 2023. And you brought up the idea often on the air about not wanting to open during holidays because there'd be a huge bank run.
And
And
I just think
go
I,
ahead.
I just think it makes total sense not to try and open it before the holidays, because nobody's incentivized to buy crypto right now. For the, maybe 2 years ago people were buying crypto for people for Christmas. Maybe last year people were doing it for the holidays. But I think now people would be inclined to cash in their crypto and have cash on hand. So
Especially if the money's been trapped for all this time. We
yeah,
got trapped early June, or excuse me, early July. It's now August. It's been a month. So January is still pretty far. But I mean, as bad as January sounds, better than years. So let's hope we continue to hear the good news. So you might say, why that long? Well, even if the sale is accepted September 7th, it's going to take a while for several months for the new company to get its foot together, marketing campaign, make sure they know how to run the app. Who are they going to keep? Who are they not going to keep? There's a lot to go through. They can't just overnight, 24, 48 hours, just open back up. So we
I
always
think
pride
that's
ourselves at being
important.
honest. So we just want to say January is the date.
And I think that's an important thing to kind of talk about. And I know it's a huge sticking point on some of the Twitter spaces, is whether or not the team is going to stick around. Whether or not they're going to keep the board of directors after the sale, whether or not they're going to keep Steve, the CEO, after the sale. For me, I think there has to be accountability. I think there has to be consequences for the mistakes that were made, or the one huge mistake I'll give them. But again, there
Yeah, and
has to
this
be
is
some
this is
accountability.
conjecture, not fact, but I can't see someone spending this kind of money and not wanting to have control themselves for sure. We will see. It's going to play out. Um, we don't know the names. In fact, we want to say the names won't be released till after supposedly a sale is reached. So, but there might be some updates. Doesn't necessarily mean that we might not hear some things between now and August 26th. And hopefully those 3 weeks, if you're waiting, go by pretty quickly. And then, like I said, at that point, September 7th, finalize the sale, get yourself out of bankruptcy, hopefully as early as the end of October, early November now. It was November 23rd, but it could be moved, expedited. So the quicker you get a sale, the quicker you get out of bankruptcy. Now you find out how much you're getting back, because we don't know. Remember, the staking horse plan was just the first plan. We don't know what the final plan will be. Okay. Um, we can't tell you if you're going to get 90%, 95, 100, 80, 75, 70. Right now, if someone says they know, they don't know. We don't know what the buyers. We don't know the exact new plan, but they do have to meet that threshold, which was around 72%. But that included some stock, which is questionable. So, you know, bear in mind the 72% is kind of like a rough estimate. Okay, so if you're trapped, don't lose hope. Try to make some money. Go watch our altcoin draft from just a couple days ago. We had some good picks. In fact, one of the picks boomed. All right, I'm going to make you guys go back and watch to see which one.
Utility.
Was the only altcoin that boomed, and we had it in our draft. So keep it here for any update. So really quickly, cash is coming back. Crypto on hold. Okay, this month into September 7th is when they want to secure a sale. Keep it right here. We will give you the latest news. For
Guys,
Mr.
we look like we are on our way back to trading. Here we go.
Yeah. Remember to hit subscribe, guys. For Mr. FOMO, this is AZ Crypto. Have a great evening.
See ya.